to your death without warning. Get out the way, get out the way, get out the way, yeah. Get out the way, get the fuck up out my way, yeah. You either with me or against me, ho. You either with me or win. Win. Fuck everything else. Win. These niggas ain't shit. Win. Stop chasing that bitch. Win. Fuck niggas don't stay outside when I play outside. I put the beats on them like Dre outside. I got the bow side and LA outside. And if you act bad, I bring the cow side. Go and get your money, bitch. None of my niggas on some funny shit. I can tell real by who you're running with. I'm all in the field, duck hunting shit. Hit my plug just to re-up and he was like, boop. Here. Migo knew just what it was. Flipped the whole dub and gave it back, boop. Yeah. 9/11, no mileage, baby. 9-ball with no violence, baby. My trigger finger got callous, baby. My bare knuckles got talent, baby. I'm all in the wind with it. On Deuce line, I've been with it. She too fine, I've been hit it. Crashed 2 times, I limo tinted my new ride. I'm riding with the toaster. 12 better not pull me over. Championship going dumb. Nothing to something, I won, bitch. Get out the way, get out the way, get out the way, yeah. Get out the way, get the fuck up out my way, yeah. You either with me or against me, ho. You either with me or win. Fuck everything else. Win. These niggas ain't shit. Win. Stop chasing that bitch. Win.
Every time we link, it be sneaky. All my hoes clean, nigga squeaky. Buy a new Chanel, I'm talking weekly. I could tell she going by how she greet me. Yo, baby daddy pussy, he ain't know nothing. If he was in a spot, I make him store run. Say you getting money, nigga show some. Since everybody love him, let's see who post them. Boogers in the chain, yeah it's not. I spend real estate funds on a watch. I'm on G block, pussy where it's hot. Nigga jumped inside my car and he got popped. Don't be playing all that teasing, got me rocked. Girl, you moving way more wacky than my walk. I wear Nike Tech cause I don't like the shop. Got her titties done, now she don't wear no bra. Turn your phone off when you get inside my car. Had some etiquette, little bitch, you with a star. Hair so good she could eat ice cream with a straw. I'm too fertile to be going in you raw. When we fucking, we get stuck cause I'm a dog. If your ex call one more time, I'm getting them raw. I write raps and give out smoke like it's my job. All these hoes past burnt, they damn near charged. Every time we link, it be sneaky. All my hoes clean, nigga squeaky. Buy a new Chanel, I'm talking weekly. I could tell she going by how she greet me. Yo, baby daddy pussy, he ain't know nothing. If he was in a spot, I make him store run. Say you getting money, pussy, nigga show some. Since everybody love him, let's see who post him. I'm a pimp, but I ain't walking with no cane. GIAs, they didn't come from Johnny Dane. 7 figures on a watch and that shit plain. Stones in my ears colder than Jermaine. If he bucking, then we beat him out his chain. Fuck it, put a K behind the shit he claim. We just fucking bitch, you know you ain't my main. I'm disappointed you gave pussy to a lane. Like a small Ford, I be in the cut. Where's hood at? We'll shoot it up. She from the trenches, so she play a little rough. I bend her over, then I show who really tough. I caught a switch flip mode when it bust. Put his ass in a spliff, now he dust. I told her meet me at the spot, I'm in a rush. She butt naked with a trench on in a clutch. Every time we link, it be sneaky. All my hoes clean, nigga squeaky. Buy a new Chanel, I'm talking weekly. I could tell she going by how she greet. Yo, baby daddy pussy, he ain't know throw some. Since everybody love them, let's see who posts 21.
Brex on stuck together. Brex on Rex stuck together. Sip red talk to the devil. I'm not sure why they up. Let's walk on this motherfucker. Rex on Rex stuck together. Sip red talk to the devil. Rosetta Stones forever. High yellow, canary yellow. Hot chocolate Cinderella. Trap off a trap trailer. Blue paper stuck together. Bad bitch can fuck my belly. Strapped up with heavy metal. Sip lean talk to the devil. High ticks stay confidential. AP or presidential. Never go against the ghetto. Stay true, got hoes in Belgium. New bitch, new car is levels. I piss codeine on peasants. Free bands, you got it, let's get it. Get a check, then flip it in the trenches. And the jets pulling up in the bench. Cartier wood buff, stay vintage. Pour AC, the rings on glisten. Real ice, make a bad bitch listen. Ranks on ranks stuck together. Sip red talk to the devil. Rosetta Stones forever. High yellow, canary yellow. Hot chocolate Cinderella. Trap off a trap trailer. Blue paper stuck together. Bad bitch can fuck my belly.
You know it's high price lows. 2 M's that's on the pedal. This bitch made that bitch jealous. This cup ain't never fellas. My J's they match your melon. You know it ain't no telling. Rather go duck a felon. The bankroll tuck for bellin'. Blew out what I'm inhaling. This gas broke out propelling. Back to back like a train. Think twice trying to derail us. This game like the Goodfellas. Took our propane propellers. She like go watch go chain. African Cinderella. Mix her in my vanilla. You can find us wherever. Dug in all types of weather. In space looking for better. Racks on racks stuck together. Sit red talk to the devil. Rosetta Stones forever. High yellow, canary yellow.
Hot chocolate Cinderella. Trap off a trap trailer. Blue paper stuck together. Bad bitch can fuck my belly.
Bazen bir garip oluyor halim. Kendimi ben bile tanıyamıyorum. İçimde bir çöküş, bir heyelan. Sanki taşa toprağa
Gücüm kalmadı artık, uykum yok geceleri. Selamın değil, bana sen lazımsın. Adını andım, dilimde hecelerim. El alem değil, sana ben lazımdım. Zor kollan, elimdeki korkular acı veriyor artık. Dedikodular döndü devran, bana seni sordular. 5 cümlesin tek hece, güvenimi kırdın bak. Yol alırım sensiz de. Zor kollan, elimdeki korkular acı veriyor artık. Dedikodular döndü devran, bana seni sordular. 5 cümlesin tek hece, güvenimi kırdın bak. Yol alırım sensiz de. Zor kollan, elimdeki korkular acı veriyor artık. Dedikodular döndü devran, bana seni sordular. 5 cümlesin tek hece, güvenimi kırdın bak. Yol alırım sensiz de. Zor kollan, elimdeki korkular acı veriyor artık. Dedikodular döndü devran, bana seni sordular. 5 cümlesin tek hece, güvenimi kırdın bak. Yol alırım sensiz de. Ellerin soğuk artık, tutamıyorum. Neden diye sorma, vallahi bilemiyorum. Sana kal diyemiyorum. Zor yapamıyorum. Kor yakamıyorum, bu ateşi son veremiyorum. Yaralandım çok dara düştüm, bulamadım seni. Aramıştım, çok aramıştım ve bana küstün, karaladın beni. Yaralandım, yaralandım, çok dara düştüm, bulamadım seni. Aramıştım, çok aramıştım ve bana küstün, karaladın beni.
Mind your motherfucking business, ain't nothing you gotta see. How you all up in my shit when you got more problems than me? Yeah, I'm cool, but you don't wanna see that other side of me. And my niggas mobbing depot, I'm a fucking prodigy. I know that you been envy, bitch, it ain't that hard to see. Don't you dare go fix your mouth and tell me that you proud of me. Ain't no choice to me, but loyalty still means a lot to me. Some niggas that go chop my arm right off and still reach out to me. I know you probably want that. Ambulance to pick me up and take me on that ride. When they don't revive a nigga and bring me back to life. Shut me down, shut me down, shut me down, shut me down, shut me down. That's alright. I don't die. But bad to the bone. Everybody wanna be so motherfucking bad to the gas for your loan. And you back in the cold. And I'm laughing at every single fag who didn't want me or half of these songs. It was that from the go. Just a bunch of little spoiled fucking bastards. Every single one laughing with joke. Nigga pass the Patron. I think I'ma go and drink until I pass out and then fall to the back of the road. But menage on my mind. I've been on my grind. Been through so much, sometimes think that God ain't on my side. I cut all my friends off and say y'all ain't on my vibe. And there's so much more to life than drinking, party all the time. Whoa, this gon' last a lifetime. No more Mr. Nice Guy. I text Jaden Smith and told that nigga he an icon. Don't get shit fucked up. Just cause I ain't got no ice on don't mean I am not Sub-Zero. I should freeze you hoes at nighttime. I'm like, where the hell you been at? I've been doing this since I was a kid and my grandma used to ask me where my head at. Always in trouble cause I was never learning nothing except how to muscle my way get to the game with no setbacks. And all that them is sleeping on me fucking with a bed at. Cause I've been struggling trying to be on top of them other niggas bluffing. But fuck it, it really doesn't mean nothing if they music ain't really cutting it. They can hit it together. I know one day y'all gon' see me. I make shy look freaky. I make dry look greasy. I make hard look easy. I remember way back when my mama took my TV, ho. Now I'm all on TV, ho. Woo! Mind your motherfucking business, ain't nothing you gotta see. How you all up in my shit when you got more problems than me? Yeah, I'm cool, but you don't wanna see that other side of me. I don't wanna hear no sorries, bitch, fuck your apology. I know that you been envy, damn it, ain't that hard to see. I don't wanna get to know you, no, please don't say hi to me. Ain't no choice to me, but loyalty still means a lot to me. Some niggas that go chop my arm right off and still reach out to me. I know you probably want that. Ambulance to pick me up and take me on that ride. When they don't revive a nigga and bring me back to life. Shut me down, shut me down, shut me down, shut me down, shut me down. That's alright. I don't die.
That's why a nigga ride with a weapon. Better that than me lying on the stretcher. Gunshot, applying all the pressure. Potato on the chopper, shooting through the pillar. Blood on the feathers. Rolling dice with your life, all I do is roll sevens. Eagle on my lap when I walk with the devil. Hit a bitch from the back like I don't know better. Man, I swear to God, you better talk to the reverend. Yeah, I'm on a weed high, dehydrated. Her booty fucking skin tight, Levi made it. Yeehaw, put her in the stable. Keep my cards in my pocket, never put them on the table. Leave a bra on the floor, put my dick up on the navel. Do what I say, don't give me no ultimatum. Ride or die, get your life taken. Shit already went half on a baby. All these broke bitch ass niggas try to tell a real nigga how to really fucking get it back. How you fucking 25 with your first car? I got 10, that's why them niggas mad. Why you wanna hate on progress? Why you wanna keep me in the projects? Nigga, why you wanna eat off my checks? That's some weird ass shit, you suspect. That's a weird ass bitch, don't trust that. Shut the hell up, a nigga ain't done yet. All these shots, are you niggas having fun yet? I'ma do it by the book, so run that. Take your bitch, then I ride in the sunset. Laying on the west side, hit sunset. Backwoods, you can find me with a skunk at. Bullet with your name on it if you want that. Ambulance to pick me up and take me on that ride. When they don't revive a nigga and bring me back to life.
Shut me down,
Shut me down,
shut me down,
shut me down.
shut me down.
That's alright.
I don't die.
Yeah. We in the championship. We was down 3-1. Yeah. Philly. Champions of the United States. we been getting it in. 32 shots in my new Glock. Niggas wanna hit me like I'm Tupac. Bad bitch fuck me in my Gucci tube socks. Remember when I spent my re-up on a ooh pop pop? Your favorite rapper, a mumble rapper. Walk up in this bitch, a bunch of killers and humble trappers. I can go to Hollywood to core in this jungle action. When niggas that'll smoke, you go and murder your brother. Whoa, big dog, nigga, I'm a big dog. Streets say they need that dope, they having withdrawals. I put on my yellow diamonds when I'm pissed off. I'm so rich that I can't even fuck a bitch raw. Whoa, do you know the feeling? Being agitated cause you got a can of million. All this fucking money, I ain't got no time for chilling. We took risks to live like this, do all that killing and drug dealing. You my nigga, I fuck with you, we gon' thug it out. That shit was Uber. We finally made it out them trenches, nigga, hallelujah. Whoa, ballin' like a hot boy. Diamond dancing on me more than JB Block, boy. I'm a boss, I don't wanna call the shots, boy. You a thotty, I won't cuff you like a cop, boy. No way, ooh, I just cashed out. How the fuck you turn a bando to a glass house? How the fuck you get a 2 to 4 bail out? Got your favorite Instagram bitch with her ass out. Hey, make her touch her toes, make her touch her toes. Run up like a milli off a couple shows. Trapping at the wall, dog, we just fucking hoes. In the love of that Chanel, they gon' sell they souls. Rolling through the gutter, I ain't never bold. You would think this Wheel of Fortune, how we selling hoes. Plug just caught, he got another load. He know I'ma get him sold. Lean up that perk. Young niggas still fucking all the better bitches on earth. When I'm off in them trenches, I'm a hot boy like Turk. Gunshot extension in that Glock, boy, that's work. You get pop, pussy, no twerk. Nigga, we tryna make that money machine break. Shoot it up out that van like this teammate. Nigga, we used to trap it by the green gate. 80, baby, that could crack up in my DNA. Oh, scary hours. Walk outside and live, they gon' let confetti shower. You know what it was when you heard they let me out of here. Living like the plug, nigga, I ain't selling powder, no way. Big bag, talking Santa Claus. Got 3 hoes out that Molly ripping panties off. Flying private to Dubai, we up them Zanny bars. Oh, scary hours, turn the cameras off, please.
Giden gitti, bitti yarim. Anladım benim olmayacak. Uzaktasın belki şimdi. Bil ki yerin dolmayacak. Bizi bizden koparanlar Allah'ından bulsunlar. Ayırdılar vicdansızlar. Gelip beni de vursunlar. Bir de kalbimden vurmuşlar. Hepsi de kalbi kırık kurşunlar. Bana bu dertten bir şey olmaz ki. Son durak artık inecek var aklımda. Cevapsız sorular. Giden gider bana sormaz ki. Bir de kalbimden vurmuşlar. Hepsi de kalbi kırık kurşunlar. Bana bu dertten bir şey olmaz ki. Son durak artık inecek var aklımda. Cevapsız sorular. Giden gider bana sormaz ki. Bir de kalbimden vurmuşlar. Hepsi de kalbi kırık kurşunlar. Bana bu dertten bir şey olmaz ki. Son durak artık inecek var aklımda. Cevapsız sorular. Giden gider bana sormaz ki.
Düşlerim avuçlarımda eridi mum misali. Her güzel anı da sanki okyanusta kum tanesi. Kayıp gidiyor zaman, ne çare ne fayda. Bir boşlukta yankılanıyor sadece ahım. Ah ne huzurum var, ne eski tadım. Hep sınırda damladı da damlayacak gözyaşım. Aynada suretin kalmamış anlatacak mı?
Çoktan terk ederdim bu şehri, çoktan. Issız sokaktaki büyük yokluktan. Herkesin acısı, derdi ayrı. Kimse de kalmadı benim alevler içinde kül oldum kaldım. Dertlerimi açtım, sana takıldım. İsyan edip durdum, anlamadın. Terk edip gittim bu şehri yarım. Terk edip gittin vefasız Kala kaldım ben köşe başında. Kendimi aradım ıssız sokakta. Sokaklar şahit aşkıma. Yine de kendimi anlatamadım. Alevler içinde kül oldum kaldım. Derslerimi açtım, sana takıldım. İsyan edip durdum, anlamadım.
Gülümsedim kaldım acımla. Zaman dedin, sürer dedin, üzüldüm sonunda. Yeter dedim, düşünmedim bunu hiç aslında. Geçer dedim, içerledim, gülerdik onunla. Tamam dedim, gülümsedim. Tamam dedim, of Allah. Zaman dedin, zaman sürer dedin, sürer. Tamam dedim, of Allah. Yürüyorum aldırmam uzak yolların arkasında. Kaldıysan sancım var sol yanımın ortasında. Tavrın var içimi eriten sıcaklığından. Gidemedim yaptım da başaramadım aslında. Sevdin say gelemedin aslında. Görüyorum sandım da sana doğru bakınca. Varsam da olur mu sende kalsam yar. Yaradana sordum da o gülüşün aklımda. Tamam dedim, sürer dedim. Tamam dedim, of Allah. Zaman dedim, gülümsedim. Tamam dedim, of Allah.
Takılır aklıma gitmeyen sorular. Bulu camımda ismin yok artık. Üzerimizde uğursuz bulutlar. Anladım bitmeyecek kara kışlar. Oyun bitti biliyorum bunu ben de görüyorum. Sen de anla ne olur ben sensiz yapamıyorum. Oyun bitti biliyorum bunu ben de görüyorum. Sen de anla ne olur ben sensiz yapamıyorum. Arıyorum gölgeni kapanan perdelerde. Buz tutmuş ellerin yalnız köşelerde. İlacım sen dedin zaman olmaz ki çare. Biliyorum görüyorum ölüyorum. Oyun bitti biliyorum bunu ben de görüyorum. Sen de anla ne olur ben sensiz yapamıyorum. Oyun bitti biliyorum bunu ben de görüyorum. Sen de anla ne olur ben sensiz yapamıyorum. Arıyorum gölgeni kapanan perdelerde. Buz tutmuş ellerin yalnız köşelerde. İlacım sen dedin zaman olmaz ki çare.
Enkaz oldu kalbim hiç görmedin. Sonum olmaktan hiç mi hiç korkmadın? Giderken bir haber bile vermedin. Suçumun adını koydun sen, ben görmedim. Oh.
Hey, I know how hard it can be to stick to your goals when life feels overwhelming. That's why I wrote this ebook, to give you real practical steps to stay disciplined, build habits, and create the life you deserve. It's just $5.99, an investment in you. Ready to take the first step? Click now.
Here's the big challenge of life. You can have more than you've got because you can become more than you are. That's the challenge. And of course, the other side of the coin reads, unless you change how you are, you'll always have what you got. Everybody hopes things will get better. Everybody hopes. Poor people hope. That ought to tell you something. It means the future does not get better by hope. It gets better by plan. If you wish to be successful, study success. If you wish to be happy, study happiness. If you wish to be wealthy, study wealth. Don't leave it to chance. Make it a study. Some people just go through the day with their fingers crossed. See, that won't do it. You've got to study the things that can change your economic, social, spiritual, personal life. If you don't like how it is for you, change it. If it doesn't suit you, change it. If it doesn't please you, change it. If it isn't enough, change it. And I challenge you to do that because you can change. See, you don't ever have to be the same again after tonight, only by choice. Get around successful people and listen. Now, you can also learn from unsuccessful people. Take notes on both, negative and positive. On the negative, the notes are called what not to do. And you got to learn what not to do as well as what to do. So learn from the negative as well as the positive. Okay? Find out what poor people read and don't read it. Right? That's good information. Learn from the negative. But now you can also learn from the positive. Get around successful people. Listen to what they say. Listen to how they say it. It's important. We've all got about 16 waking hours. Practice listening those 16 hours. And I say practice listening because listening isn't easy. I found out it's easier to talk than it is to listen. But if you will practice listening the 16 hours you're awake, sure enough, from surprising sources comes great ideas. In sales training we teach, if you want to learn sales, listen to the kids. Kids have got to be the master salespeople of all time. They have no equal. Father tells his young son, no, you cannot have an ice cream cone. 30 minutes later, he's licking on one. That'd be 30 minutes worth listening to. They got moves you wouldn't believe. Persistence runs deep like the ocean. And the kids never took a class on how to overcome objection. They already know how. They don't need classes. You tell kids no. That goes right on by. They give you 3 good reasons. You say no. It goes right on by. They give you 3 more. They're masters. So listen and learn. Now here's some of the best advice I've got for the whole evening. It won't get any better than this. This is it. Poor people ought to take rich people out to dinner and listen. That's some of the best I got. If a guy's not doing well, one of the first things he ought to do is find a guy that is doing well and offer to buy him his dinner. Spend $50, $60, $80, $100. Go for the full 9 course. Start him on the juices and hors d'oeuvres. Get him started talking. The salad takes 15 minutes. Keep it rolling. Biggest steak in town takes 45. Keep it rolling. Pour on the dessert. Stretch that meal out about 2 hours. If you get a successful person to eat and talk for 2 hours, they're liable to drop ideas in your lap, change your life. Multiply your income by 2, by 3, by 5. But you're right. Poor people don't usually take rich people out to dinner. That's the problem. The guy said he's rich, let him buy his own dinner. I'm not coming up with any money. And he says, besides, you work where I work, by the time you struggle home, it's late. You're lucky to get your own supper, let alone running around trying to find a rich man to feed. And the guy's behind on his house payment. Good worker, hard worker, sincere. But you got to be better than sincere. Work hard. You wind up broke. You got to be better than a good worker. You got to be a good listener. And remember, what you read and what you hear, put the good stuff in your journal. Now, here's the third way to find out how to change your life. And that's to observe. You can pick up a lot of ideas just by watching. Get around successful people and watch. Here's why. Success leaves clues. Watch how the man shakes hands. Watch how the lady responds. People who do well do certain things over and over and over and over. And if you're clever, you can pick them up. Watch it all. If a guy's making $10,000 a month, I'd watch how he walks. Maybe that's it. Copy his funny little walk. Somebody says, well, that's kind of a silly walk. Say, it's 10,000. I haven't got the money yet, but I got the walk. It's bound to start somewhere. What I ask you tonight is to be unusual and be a good observer of what's going on. You can pick up ideas that can change your life starting tomorrow. Just be a more careful observer. Now remember, there's 2 ways to see. One is called sight. See with your eyes. The other one is called insight. See with your mind. See with your eyes, you'll see things. See with your mind, you'll see answers. Put your eyes and your mind to work. And the best advice on developing sight and insight is pay attention. Don't miss anything. In the weekend seminar we teach, one of the greatest fatalities to success is preoccupation, lack of concentration. The guy's mind wanders. See, you wind up average. You've got to learn to zero in and concentrate. I read a good article one time, Reader's Digest. The title was, Wherever You Are, Be There. Excellent. Don't miss anything. Now, we've lingered a little bit long on number 1 here for personal development. Find out how things work, but it's so very important finding out. And I've given you 3 ways to find out. Now, here's the second step to personal development. Okay, number 1 was find out how things work. Here's number 2, go to work. You must now take action on what you found out. In doing business around the world, we call it game plan. Put together your game plan. One of the major things we teach on the weekend seminars, game plans. How to game plan your office. If you're in sales, you need a game plan. Kids need a game plan. You need a home game plan, social game plan, a business game plan. Everybody needs game plans. Financial independence, game plan. Your investment, game plan. Don't think in your head. Put it on paper. Don't operate out of your mind. Operate from paper. I often ask somebody, what are you going to do the next 6 months? And somebody starts to tell me. I say, no, don't tell me. Show me. Show me your game plan for the next 6 months. Then I can look at things and maybe I can help. But you got to operate from paper. Put it on a game plan. Take action on what you found out. Now here's the best word I know of to go with action. Massive. See, that'll change everything. Massive action is called the cure-all. If you're going to make calls, make a few thousand. If you're going to make contacts, make a few thousand. If you're going to knock on doors, knock on a few thousand. See, that'll change everything. Here's the language of the poor. I'll try it a time or two and see what happens. It's the way poor people talk. The guy says, well, I'll give it 30 days. 30 days. You could guess his bank balance. You've got to have a better game plan. So here's one of the major things to do starting tomorrow. Take a look at your game plan. If it isn't loaded with massive action, change it. Tomorrow. Action. The formula really works like this. Pick up a good idea, take heavy action. Pick up a couple of good ideas, take heavy action. That's the formula for success. Heavy action. It's a good thing we can edit all this, right? The formula for success, take heavy action on a good idea, right? That's the ratio. Now here's the key. Don't wait till you've learned 2,000 or 3,000 things. Because that way you'll use up all the time. And you could wind up smart and broke. And hey, it's okay to be dumb and broke. But if a guy's smart and broke, that's pitiful. Don't let your learning lead to knowledge. You'll become a fool. Let your learning lead to action. You can become wealthy. And there's many kinds of wealth, I understand that, not just money. Money's one of the least of all values. I know some people with a lot of money that are very poor. Evita sings, as for fortune and as for fame, they are illusions. They're not the solutions they promised to be. So there's all kinds of wealth, but to get a big share coming your way, you've got to have a heavy action game plan. Now here's the third step to personal development, and we'll wrap up personal development. Step number 3, it's just a little caution, and all through life we need little cautions. This one simply says, don't try to beat the system. Find out how it works, work it, but don't try to beat it. Some people learn just enough to start slicing it, shading it, thinning it, cutting corners, and looking for cheap answers. See, don't fall for that. You'll wind up with a cheap life. Find out how it works best and do it that way. Even though it seems to take a little longer, do it right. Don't compromise with right. Now, under this step, here's another key. Be a quick learner. Don't let it take long to teach you. Learn quick. Don't run at the wall too many times. Learn quicker. One guy said he broke his nose 7 times in the same place. Somebody says, looks like you'd stay out of that place. Learn quicker. Now the third point here is don't be stubborn. See, some people won't change even when a better way comes. They say, well, I've been doing it this way 30 years. Hey, be ready for change. If it's a better way, go for it. But don't try to beat it. Or you'll be like the guy that went to Las Vegas. He didn't have much money, so he didn't want to risk his money gambling. But he gets to Las Vegas, and the jackpot bells are ringing, the money's flowing, the lights are flashing, and he can't help himself. He's got to gamble. But instead of gambling with his cash, he decides to play the mental gambling game. And the brilliant scheme he worked out goes like this. He'd pick a number like number 3. Mentally, he would bet a certain amount of money on the number. And whether it won or lost, he would jot down that amount in his little pad. I would have won $5 if I'd have made that bet. Just to keep track of it, win or lose. That way, come midnight, he can calculate how he's doing, win or loser, how much, only not his money. Keep his money. Just play this mental gambling game. So here he is around the gambling table, everybody else shelling out their hard-earned cash. He's got this brilliant scheme. Instead of betting with his money, he's betting with his mind, and he lost his mind. Which means don't try to beat the system, I guess. Okay, we have covered personal development. By the way, it's the longest subject, so take heart. The rest of them are a lot shorter.
This episode is brought to you by State Farm. Knowing you could be saving money for the things you really want is a great feeling. Talk to a State Farm agent today to learn how you can choose to bundle and save with the personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
This episode is brought to you by Amazon Business. How can you free up your team from time-consuming office tasks? Amazon Business empowers leaders to not only streamline purchasing, but better support their teams so they can focus on strategy and growth. Free up your teams and focus on your future. Learn more about the technology, insights, and support available at amazonbusiness.com.
The easiest thing that I do every year is to live my dream. The easiest thing I do every year is what I do on a day-to-day basis. Those are the easy things that I do. Let me share with you the most difficult thing that I've ever done in my life. And that was to believe that I could do it. To believe that I, Les Brown, who was born in an abandoned building on a floor in a poor section of Miami, Florida, to believe that I, Les Brown, who was labeled educable mentally retarded, put back from the 5th grade to the 4th grade, to believe that I had the ability to live the life that I'm now living. And I want you to think about your goals and dreams, and I want you to expand them. Why? Because it has been said that most people fail in life not because they aim too high and missed. No, most people fail in life because they're just like I was for 14 years. They aim too low and hit.
There's probably a point in your life where you were given a script of who you were supposed to be, whether it's your parents or your friends or your spouse. And we live too often in our lives some other person's script, right? Someone else's script. And remember this, you're the lead character in the story of your life, and the person who controls that script is you and your God. And at any point, you can decide to step into a new chapter. You can step in to be a whole new leading character.
We want people then to get very clear on that vision of their future, however they do it, and begin to combine that clear intention with an elevated emotion. And the stronger the emotion they feel from the vision they're creating, the more altered they feel inside of them, the more they're going to pay attention to the pictures in their mind. And now they're remembering their future. And biologically, it's exactly the same as remembering your past. In fact, if you're not being defined by a vision in the future, it means you're making your past more real than your future. You're falling in love with your past. You're more in love with your past than you are with your future. That you're believing in your past more than you're believing in your future. When you get to that moment where you have that feeling, that's your compass, because that feeling is going to drive your behaviors. It's going to drive more of those thoughts. And when you feel that feeling and it's visceral, no person, no thing, no experience will stand in the way between you and that vision. And you will be initiated by the universe into wealth. You will be initiated into health.
Believe it's possible for you to have it. And if there's someone out there that has done it or got what you want, why the f*** ain't it possible for you? Believe that you can. And once you want something and believe that you can get it, you've got to block out all of the noise around you that's going to tell you can't do it. Don't listen to all that. Just believe that you can.
The most important thing about believing in yourself is that you must identify who you are. Believe in yourself.
It's necessary, as you look at your goals and your dreams, it's necessary that you have a strategy and a game plan to change the story that you believe about yourself. And that's an ongoing process. I've discovered, and many people have, that what we do, what we accomplish, what we produce is a result of the story we believe about ourselves. My favorite book says, be ye not conformed to this world, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Instead of focusing on what's wrong with you, start focusing on what's right with you. You may have weaknesses, you've made mistakes, we all have. But there's a lot more right with you than there is wrong with you. Dwelling on the negative doesn't help you to do better. Beating yourself up for past mistakes doesn't move you forward. The better you feel about yourself, the better you'll do. The more you like yourself, the further you'll go. You can't give away what you don't have. If you're in turmoil on the inside, mad at yourself, critical, condemned, that's what you have to give. If you're hard on yourself, you'll be hard on others. If you don't forgive yourself, you won't forgive others. If you don't get along with you, how can you get along with your family? The best thing you can do is start being for you. When you love yourself, then you can love others. When you're kind to yourself, then you can be kind to others. It starts with you. Well, Joel, I have all these faults, these weaknesses. Once I overcome, once I learn to control my temper, be more disciplined, quit saying things that I shouldn't, then I won't be down on myself. If you're waiting to perform perfectly before you feel good about who you are, you'll be waiting your whole life. You have to accept yourself while you're in the process of changing.
It's this idea of taking your life in your own hands and being the kind of person that you choose to be, and understanding that everything that comes your way is an opportunity.
The law of expectation says that your expectations tend to become your own self-fulfilling prophecies. In other words, what you expect to happen usually does. And if your expectations are based on false information, so you have false expectations, that's what will happen anyway. For instance, your expectations could be that you are destined to have an extraordinary life and be extremely successful. Is that no matter what happens, it's all part of a learning process that is leading you inevitably to great success, happiness, and accomplishment. And if you absolutely expect that to be true, if that's your fundamental belief, then over time that will become true. You'll be able to throw off the ups and downs of life. You'll be able to ignore the negative influences around you. If you confidently expect to be a great success, then by gum, you sure will be. No matter what people tell you, you just say, well, it'll be all right. Everything will work out fine. And we know that an attitude of confident expectation is a hallmark of highly successful people. They just expect to succeed more than they fail. They expect to be liked by others more often than they're disliked. They expect to learn from every difficulty that they have. They expect to keep making progress. They just confidently expect it. And surprise, surprise, your expectations affect your realities. What you experience on the outside is determined by how you think on the inside. As they say, you are not what you think you are, but what you think you are. In the Bible it says, as a man thinketh in his heart, which means in his subconscious mind, way down deep, so is he. According to your faith, it's done unto you, and so on.
Personal growth is a multifaceted concept that holds a unique meaning for each individual. It can manifest as progress in one's career, a commitment to leading a healthier lifestyle, or an aspiration to build stronger and more meaningful relationships. Regardless of the specific direction personal growth takes, it is a journey that can be embarked upon and cultivated. At its core, personal growth represents the ongoing process of self-improvement and development. It is about striving to become a better version of oneself, both in terms of individual capabilities and overall well-being. Whether you envision personal growth as a ladder to climb in your career, a path to a healthier lifestyle, or a bridge to stronger relationships, the underlying principle remains the same: the commitment to personal evolution. To embark on this journey, it is essential to begin by discerning what personal growth means to you. This self-awareness forms the foundation upon which your growth will be built. Take the time to identify your desires, aspirations, and objectives. Explore the potential obstacles that may impede your progress and devise strategies to overcome them. By conducting this preliminary self-assessment, you take a significant stride towards realizing your goals for personal growth. One crucial aspect of personal growth is recognizing that it is a gradual and continuous process. It does not occur overnight or without effort. Irrespective of the particular facet of your life that you wish to enhance, achieving the desired results demands dedication, persistence, and a well-defined skill development plan. Begin your journey by pinpointing the areas you want to improve. Is it your communication skills that require honing? Do you aspire to cultivate more profound and meaningful relationships? Or perhaps your career appears to be at a standstill, and you yearn for professional advancement. Identifying these key areas is the first step towards creating a blueprint for your personal growth. However, it is not uncommon for individuals to it is imperative to embrace a mindset of positivity. Positive thinking is a potent catalyst for personal growth. Each day should be approached with a sense of gratitude and a determination to quash negative thoughts as soon as they arise. Instead of dwelling on doubts about your abilities, shift your perspective to one of challenge and growth. Acknowledge that while it may be difficult, you are grateful for the opportunity to overcome these challenges and emerge stronger. The power of positive thinking lies in its ability to shape your beliefs and actions. When you consistently believe in your capacity to change and grow, your potential becomes limitless. You begin to perceive personal growth as an attainable and ongoing journey, unbounded by the constraints of self-doubt or negativity. Personal growth is a deeply personal and transformative journey. It encompasses a broad spectrum of goals, from career advancement to healthier living and deeper relationships. Regardless of the specific path you choose, self-awareness and positivity are essential allies in your pursuit of personal growth. By identifying your objectives, cultivating a positive mindset, and commit to continuous improvement, you can unlock your full potential and reach new heights in your journey towards self-enhancement. Embrace the belief that you are capable of change, and the horizon of personal growth will expand before you, inviting endless possibilities for self-improvement and fulfillment.
Take action. When you start to walk, talk, dress, and behave like the top people, you soon begin to feel like the top people. You will treat other people like the top people do. You will work the way the top people work. You will start to get the results that the top people get. In no time at all, you will be one of the top people yourself. It may be trite to say, fake it until you make it, but there is a lot of truth to it. Your main job in life is to create the mental equivalent within yourself of what you want to realize and enjoy in your outer world. Your focus must be on creating the beliefs within yourself that are consistent with the great success you want to be in your outer world. You achieve this by challenging your self-limiting beliefs, rejecting them, and then acting as if they did not exist. You reinforce the development of new life-enhancing beliefs by increasing your knowledge and skills in your field to the point where you feel equal to any demand or challenge. You accelerate the development of new positive beliefs by setting bigger and more exciting goals in every area. Finally, you act continually as if you were already the person that you desire to be. Your aim is to reprogram your subconscious mind for success by creating the mental equivalent in everything you do or say. Make a decision this very day to challenge and reject any self-limiting beliefs that you might have that could be holding you back. Look into yourself and question the areas of your life where you have doubts about your abilities or talents. You might ask your friends and family members if they see any negative beliefs that you might have. Often, they will be aware of negative self-limiting beliefs you have that you are not aware of yourself. In every case, once you have identified these negative beliefs, ask yourself, what if the opposite were true? What if you had the ability to be extraordinarily successful in an area where you currently doubt yourself? What if you had been programmed from infancy with genius ability in a particular area? What if you had within you right now the ability to earn and keep all the money you could ever want throughout your life? What if you had a golden touch with regard to money? If you absolutely believe these things to be true, what would you do differently from what you are doing today? Your beliefs are always manifested in your words and actions. Make sure that everything you say and do from now on is consistent with the beliefs that you want to have and the person that you want to become. In time, you will replace more and more of your self-limiting beliefs with life-enhancing beliefs. Over time, you will completely reprogram yourself for success. When this occurs, the transformation that takes place in your outer life will amaze you and all the people around you.
Close your eyes, exhale, feel your body relax, and let go of whatever you're carrying today.
Well, I'm letting go of the worry that I wouldn't get my new contacts in time for this class. I got them delivered free from 1-800-CONTACTS. Oh my gosh, they're so fast.
And breathe.
Oh, sorry. I almost couldn't breathe when I saw the discount they gave me on my first order. Oh, sorry. Namaste.
Visit 1-800-CONTACTS.com today to save.
Upgrade to tech you can trust with Samsung appliances. The Home Depot has what you need to simplify your routine.
Take full responsibility. It's one of the highest forms of human maturity, accepting full responsibility. It's the day you know you've passed from childhood to adulthood, the day you accept full responsibility.
Quick question. Ever feel like you know what to do, but just can't make yourself do it? You're not lazy. You're stuck in a system that never taught real self-discipline. That's why we built the Self-Discipline Master Playbook, a no-fluff blueprint to help you show up, lock in, and finally finish what you start. Jim Rohn said, discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. The playbook, that's the bridge. Click the link in the description, and let's go build the life you actually want.
And another note, learn to reap in the fall without apology. Without apology if you do well, and without complaint if you don't. That's maturity. I used to have that long list of reasons why I wasn't doing well. To explain. You got to explain, right? Otherwise you're going to look bad. I used to have this funny list called Reasons for Not Looking Good. I used to blame the government. I mean, you can believe that or not. It was at the top of my list. I had a lecture second to none. The government. That was on my list. I used to blame taxes. Look what you got left after they take everything. I blamed the manufacturers. I used to blame the company. I blamed company policy. I used to blame the training program. I blame my negative relatives. They were always putting me down. I blame my cynical neighbors. They're just selfish, looking out for themselves. Won't loan you money? They were on my list. I used to blame the economy. I blamed the community. That's a pretty good list for not doing well, isn't it? I thought it was good. I'll never forget one day, Mr. Schoaf is very kind, but he was also very blunt. And this was no exception. And I'm glad he was blunt. There's a lot of things I'd have missed if he hadn't have been blunt. One day, with sort of a curious look on his face, he said, Jim, just out of curiosity, tell me, how come you haven't done well up until now? Excellent question. I thought, well, so I won't look too bad, I'll go through my list. And this list I just gave you, I put that on him. And he was very patient. He let me go through the whole thing, the government, the weather. I went through this whole thing. When I finished, he looked my list over very carefully. He said, Mr. Rohn, big problem with your list. You ain't on it. How brilliant. When I went to work for him a few months later, I learned very quickly to tear up my list, reasons for not doing well, and I threw it away. And I got me a fresh piece of paper. And I put one word on it. Me. There's a Black Heritage spiritual that says it's not my mother nor my father, nor my brother nor my sister, but it's me, oh Lord, standing in the need of prayer. See, I used to blame everything, and the reason is because what happens to about everybody. No different. The sun went down on all of us last night. A common event, a happening. And I found out that the same things can happen to two different people. One gets rich and one stays poor. Why is that? It's because it's not what happens, but rather it's what you do that changes everything. So that's a key phrase. It's not what happens, it's what you do. What happens is about the same. You might put that in parentheses here. Same. What people do, that's what's different. Anything can happen, right? Everything can happen. I've heard all the stories. I've been one of the stories. Hey, we could all tell stories all night long, right? Happenings. Anything can happen. Have you heard of Murphy's Laws? Anybody here heard of Murphy's Laws? Okay, most of you have. Murph had these laws. One of them was, if anything can go wrong, it will. That's one of Murphy's laws. He was not one of the great positive speakers of the day. But anyway, it's still true though, right? Anything can go wrong, everything can go wrong. For sure. I've fallen out of the sky so many times. Once to the tune of a couple of million. Devastating. Took me a while to survive that one. Now, it wasn't all that much, but it was all I had. Right? I mean, that's when it's much, right? When it's all you got. If you got 3, 2 go, you got 1 left, you ain't looking that bad. But when it all goes, has anybody been there when it all went? Anybody? Come on, the rest of you liars. Go ahead. Hey, we've all been there, right? When it all went. Of course, it used to be a long time ago, right? When you ran out of money, got to 0, you were all through. Heck, now you can whistle right on by 0, right? I mean, they will bury you. That's what they will do. But see, those are the happenings, right? Everything can happen. Anything can happen. But it's not the happenings. It's what you do about it. Somebody says, yeah, but you don't understand the disappointments I've had. Come on. Everybody's had their share. Disappointments are not special gifts reserved for the poor. Everybody has them. The difference is what you do about them. It's not the weather. I used to blame the weather, and I discovered it rains on the rich. So see, that won't help. 2 men wake up one morning, there's a rainstorm on. One of them looks out his window, sees the rainstorm, and he says, wow, what a storm. With weather like this, they can't expect you to go out and make sales. He stays home. Same morning, the other guy looks out his window, sees the same storm, says, wow, what a storm. But he says, you know what, with weather like this, what a great day to go out and make sales. Most everybody will probably be home, especially the salesman. See, that's the difference in how your life works out. It's not what happens, it's what you do. So here's one of the key questions of the evening. Starting tomorrow, what are you going to do that'll make a change in your life's direction? Good question. What are you going to do starting tomorrow that'll make a difference? Now see, if you don't do something starting tomorrow that'll make a difference, guess what? It's gonna be the same. And see, that way you can guess what the next 5 years are going to be like. Look at the last 5. Because the next 5 are going to be like the last 5 unless you, major key, tomorrow, change it all. Or change a little, or change something, or don't change. It's choice time. You can do whatever you want. But it's nice to know any day you wish you can change your whole life.
Banking with Capital One helps you keep more money in your wallet with no fees or minimums on checking accounts and no overdraft fees. Just ask the Capital One bank guy. It's pretty much all he talks about, in a good way.
That's 15 seconds of rise and soothed, right?
And understanding that you have work to do. It sucked. It hurt. I had those moments when I wanted to give up my life. I said enough. I don't want to live like this anymore. But how do you get out of this hell, man? How do you rise up out of this hell, man? How can I save myself? That's how I had to say it to myself. Get out of this. You don't need to be here anymore. Something else has to happen. You know you could do better. There's a lot of people in the world that just want to feel sorry for the rest of their lives. Sorry does not control you. Sorry will never control me. I am the master of my life. I am not going to die being miserable. I am not going to give up because I know that there's purpose within me. I must continue to push with every ounce of strength that I have. I don't want to survive. I'm going to live. I know who I was. You know you can be better. There's no time for pity. Don't look for someone to dig you out. You at the bottom, get out of the bottom. You down at the end of your rope, climb up the rope. How can I take care of myself? How can I survive? What am I going to do? Am I going to run for help? Or am I going to run through this hell? Maybe that's what it needed to be. Maybe that was the kind of hell I had to go through. And I went through it for a reason. Because I lost, I won, but I refused to give up. Don't tell me you have a dream if you're not willing to wake up and chase it. You want to be the greatest. You want the world to know your name. You think any of the GOATs, do you think they let fear stop them from going after what they wanted? No! They got up and gave it everything that they have because they knew they were destined for something bigger, for something better, for are scared to live up to your potential. You think you are scared that you're not going to make it. No, ladies and gentlemen, you are scared that you are. You are scared to be great because you think you don't deserve it. But I'm here to tell you that you are. You are terrified that you won't be able to reach your goals. I get it. I understand it. Fear has a funny way of getting your attention. Do not let fear or failure stop you. If you do not rise to your destiny, the world will miss out on your greatness. So can you rise to the challenge? Can you face uncomfortable moments? Can you sacrifice what is needed to be great? I'm not here to tell you that it's easy. Life is never easy. I'm here to tell you that it is time for you to accept the challenge. Like the phoenix from the ashes, like the hero in the story. It's time for you to get up and grind. As the sun rises in the morning, let it be your reminder that even after the darkest of the nights, the sun rises to meet the day. Let the hope in your heart be an inspiration you need to fight another day. It's time for you to rise. It's time for you to grind. You know the thing that you need to understand? Let's think about success. How do you get success without struggle first? How do you get success without hell first? You don't get this life easy. You don't get a victory easy. You don't get success easy. There's a price we all have to pay. You can't have these things that you want so bad, and there's no type of hell attached to it. Success is not attracted to you because you feel that you deserve it, because you feel you have a privilege, because you are who you are. Who are you if you don't know what hell is? How can others understand who you are? How can you tell your story? How can people know the significance of what you've been through throughout your life if you never tasted hell? Hell, it's real, but you don't have to stay there. You can come out of the depths of hell. You can come out of the darkness, but you have to believe and know that what you are going through has to be this way. Hell is just a part of the development. Dark days are gonna come. Sacrifices have to come. Suffering must come. Everybody wants to have an easy way. There are no easy ways. Yes, I was faced with many battles. I was challenged throughout my life because I was in so much pain. There were cold days. There were warm days. Oh, it was some cold, cold nights. But I'm here. I'm better. I'm stronger. I didn't like being cold, but I didn't die. All of these things is what made me better. All of these things is what made me stronger. All of these things is what pushed me through every single day of my life. I didn't quit living. Oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? Woe is me. No one cares. You're absolutely right. No one cares. Question is, do you care? Do you care enough about your life? No one cares about my feelings. Other people are hurting too. Who are you to say that you are the only one that's hurting when other people are going through some kind of hell themselves? But what do you do? How do you get through hell? Don't think that hell is forever. How do you push? How do you go through it? Let me tell you about emotions. See, weakness, weakness doesn't own me. Weakness has no reason to have a conversation with me. I knew who I was. My life is my life. How do I deal with this situation? Do I fight or do I live another day to fight? Because if you allow your emotions to control you, there is no tomorrow for you. Because once those emotions take over, all hell can break loose. Something is happening. Hell is coming for you. So buckle up and prepare yourself. You are going to experience some agonizing pain. And if you allow it, hell will kill you. But hell doesn't deserve your life. If hell is coming, give it hell. If hell is attacking you, fight through hell. If hell wants to kill you, you let hell know, I'm not yours. You don't possess me. You don't own me. I'm just living through this hell.
Now at Verizon, we have some big news for your peace of mind. For all our customers, existing and new, we're locking in low prices for 3 years guaranteed on My Plan and My Home. That's future you peace of mind. And everyone can save on a...
The only limit on your income is you.
How to get whatever you want. Here's what it says if you're ready. It says, ask. That's it. End of notes. Ask. If there's one art in life to learn extremely well, that's got to be one of them. The art of asking. What does ask mean? What do you want?
Your mind, your abilities, and your energy. A strong man cannot make a weak man strong. But a weak man can become strong on his own by following a specific course of action for a sufficient length of time. And a man who's already strong can become a lot stronger.
Self-control is strength. Thought is mastery. Calmness is power. Say unto your heart, peace, be still.
But the moment you expose it to the light of courage, it evaporates. Instead of running, you stand. Instead of shrinking, you rise. Instead of hiding, you speak. And in doing so, you don't just change your life. You become an example for others. You show them what's possible when you stop listening to fear and start listening to purpose.
When spirit rises and commands, the gods are ready to obey.
Only those that can see the invisible can do the impossible. You have to be able to see what doesn't exist in order to be able to pull off or achieve what in most people's minds seems to be impossible. Only those that can see the invisible, being able to see what's not there. What is your vision? What is your idea? What was that God-sent dream?
Act is the blossom of thought, and joy and suffering are its fruits.
Courage isn't about being fearless. Courage is choosing to act in spite of the fear. It's about training yourself to do what scares you until it no longer controls you.
See, you've got to be better than a good worker. You've got to be a good asker. Now, let me give you 3 key points on asking and receiving. This can do it. Number 1, asking is the beginning of receiving. Asking starts a unique process, mental and emotional. I don't even know how it works. All I know is it works. It's like pushing a button and all this machinery starts working. I don't know how. It just works. There's a lot of things you don't need to know how. Just work them.
Once upon a time, there was a young basketball player who had dreams of becoming one of the greatest basketball players of all time.
Everything you want, absolutely everything, sits just on the other side of fear. Your potential is not hiding from you. It's waiting on the other side of that uncomfortable conversation, that risk you haven't taken, that goal you haven't started. The moment you stop running from fear and start walking toward it, you begin to unlock a power within you that nothing in the world can touch.
Excellence is difficult, but to be mediocre, there's no pressure.
The amount of money we receive will always be in direct ratio to the demand for what we, our ability to do it, and the difficulty of replacing us.
Some people are always studying the roots. Others are picking the fruit. I mean, it depends on what end of it you want in on.
Every time you act in spite of your fear, you teach your mind that you are stronger than it. You build mental muscle. You rewire your beliefs. And over time, the things that once terrify you become the things that empower you.
Finish what you started. Okay? I know it's getting tough. You're tired. It feels impossible. It's getting harder. But finish what you started. Don't forget why you even started in the first place. But you must finish what you started. Everybody said you wouldn't finish. Everybody counted you out. Don't you dare prove them right. Here, finish what you started. Don't give up on yourself. You can do it.
Asking is the beginning of receiving, so start the process. Here's number 2. Receiving is not the problem. Receiving is automatic. Now, if that's true, receiving is not the problem, what's the problem? Failure to ask might be one of your major problems. I don't know. Check it out. The guy says, oh, now I see it. I got up last year and hit it every day, but there's not a scrap of paper with my goals. Good work. Poor ask. So you got to change that.
He that seeketh findeth, and to him that knocketh it shall be opened. For only by patience, practice, and ceaseless importuning can a man enter the door of the temple of knowledge. The body is the servant of the mind. It obeys the orders of the mind, whether they be deliberate or automatic.
Every day, for years and years and years and years and years. And as time went on, 20 years had passed, and he felt that he had accomplished all that he set out to accomplish.
The greatest things in the world were built by tired people. All right, I know you're tired. I know it's hard. I know you're exhausted. Wonders of the world, guess who they were built by? Exhausted people. The buildings that you admire, guess who they were designed by and built by? People that were tired. Everything great in the world was built by tired workers, so it doesn't matter if you're tired. You just have to keep going.
There will always be something that scares you. That never changes. But what does change is your response. The path to becoming the person you're meant to be runs straight through your fears, and you must walk it, not just once, but over and over again. Because each time you face fear, it loses power. Each time you take action, the fear fades a little more. And each time you push through, you become more of the person you were born to be. You don't need to eliminate fear to succeed. You need to outgrow it. You need to get to the point where your dreams are louder than your doubts, where your belief in your purpose drowns out your hesitation. And that can only happen through consistent, intentional, courageous action. Every breakthrough begins with a decision.
Out of a clean mind comes a clean life and a clean body. Out of a defiled mind proceeds a defiled life and a corrupt body. Thought is the fount of action, life, and manifestation. Make the fountain pure, and the stream of life will flow with greater purity.
This night is cold in the kingdom. I can feel you fade away. From the kitchen to the bathroom sinking. Your steps keep me awake. Don't cut me down, throw me out, leave me here to waste. I once was a man with dignity and grace. Now I'm slipping through the cracks of your cold embrace. So please, please, could you find a way to let me down slowly? Cold skin, drag my feet on the tile as I'm walking down the corridor. And I know we haven't talked in a while, so I'm looking for an open door. Don't cut me down, throw me out, leave me here to waste. I once was a man with dignity and grace. Now I'm slipping through the cracks of your cold embrace. So please, please, could you find a way to let me down slowly? A little sympathy, I hope you can show me. If you wanna go, then I'll be so lonely. If you're leaving, baby, let me down slowly. Let me down, down, let me down, down, let me down, let me down, down, let me down, down, let me down. If you wanna go, then I'll be so lonely. If you're leaving, baby, let me down slowly. And I can't stop myself from falling down. And I can't stop myself from falling down. And I can't stop myself from falling down. From falling down. Could you find a way to let me down slowly? A little sympathy, I hope you can show me. If you wanna go, then I'll be so lonely. If you're leaving, baby, let me down slowly. Let me down, down, let me down, down, let me down, let me down, down, let me down, down, let me down. If you wanna go, then I'll be so lonely. If you're leaving, baby, let me down slowly. If you wanna go, then I'll be so lonely. If you're leaving, baby, let me down slowly.
Sevdanın rengini bulmadım, bulamıyorum.
Ne dedim de darıldın, hayal kalbinle seninle canım. Yine ne ettim alındın bana, söyle benim mi günahım? Ne dedim de alındın, hayal derdinle seninle canım. Ellere gül bana diken bu sevdan, ben bile bile yanıldım. Sanma sakın üzdün beni, ben her seferinde döndüm geri. Bu aşkın illetinden bezdim de bir gün bile ses etmedim. Kalp kırınca ne geçti eliyle, sen ettin beni böyle deli. Her seferinde filmin sonu zaten baştan belli. Düştüm uçurumlara, dertli mutluluklardan kurtar beni. Düştüm uçurumlara, kar beni. Bir tek sen anlarsın Allah, kurtar beni. Ne dedim de darıldın, derdinle seninle canım. Yine ne ettim darıldın, söyle benim mi günahım? Ne dedim de alındın, ay derdinle seninle canım. Ellere gül bana diken bu sevdan, ben bile bile yanıldım.
Yara, yarararara, yarararara, yarararara, yine sanırım şehir uzakta kalıyor. Sanırım şehir uzakta kalıyor. Ellerimi uzatsam tutmak isterim günü, ama güneş her gece tepemde doğuyor. Ama güneş her gece tepemde doğuyor. Yani olmuyor, olmuyor istesem de, kimse gelmiyor beklesem de. Yani olmuyor, olmuyor istesem de, kimse gelmiyor